Welcome back to this lesson, and in this lesson we'll be learning on a breaker. So we have two kinds of a breaker. We have the first one, which is a bullish breaker, and the second one is a bearish breaker. Just from the name, a bullish breaker is seen in a bullish market and a bearish breaker is seen in a bearish market. So what is a breaker? So in a breaker, first you have to identify an area in which market has run either buy stops or sell stops. So we have to have the idea that we have run a form of sell stops liquidity like this one. From the other exercises or videos or lessons, I have been able to show you sell stops and buy stops. So from here, we know these are sell stops residing here in the market. So when the market runs sell stops and then later reverses and breaks market structure, we have also learned on market structure shift or market structure break. So let me outline this so that we may not forget. So when we have an area in which we see that we have run sell stops and then immediately market runs explosively higher to run the swing high or to close above the swing high, that is identified as a breaker. But a breaker is a certain price range. A bullish breaker or a bearish breaker, it is a certain price range in which a price has to come back to or has to break. So a bullish breaker is an up close candle before a bullish move. For example, here we can see that the market was in a downtrend. It was going down, but immediately we ran sell stops and then further ran to close above this swing high and closing above it, then running higher. So we have this last up close candle. We can see that here we have 3 consecutive candles before a bearish move, before the market go. So that we had 3 consecutive candles, then immediately price ran down to run sell stops, then immediately we ran further high, running above this set of 3 candles. So that is our up close candle. That is our bullish breaker. So I'll also identify and show you our bullish breaker. So this is our bullish breaker, and I'll also outline it for further future reference. So this is our bullish breaker. I'll also show you a bearish breaker. What is a bearish breaker? A bearish breaker is a down close candle before a down move. So here, generally, let's go to the chart and identify one example of a down close candle of a breaker. So of a bearish breaker. So a bearish breaker, we have to have run some form of buy stops. Yes. Let me outline some form of buy stops. You can see here there were a set of orders. So there were sort of relative equal highs. Here they were residing buy stops. Let me also outline here so that we may not confuse. So here are buy stops, and we can see that immediately price, after we ran these buy stops, these relatively equal highs, immediately price came down and ran market structure. We shifted in the market structure shift. So I'll also outline here. So here we broke market structure, and it's shown that we have shifted from bullish because the market was going higher, and immediately we shifted to confirm bearish. So this is a market structure shift. So what I'm saying about a bearish breaker now, bearish breaker, it's the down close candle before the down move. So the bearish breaker here, the down close candle, they are this when we have multiple candles following one another, consecutive candles following one another, down close candles, then we have to outline those consecutive candles. So here I'll also outline these candles, and these are our bearish breaker. I'll also outline here a bearish breaker. Hope it is visible so that we may not confuse. Let me outline in a different color. So this is our bearish breaker. Yes. So let's go back to our bullish breaker. So what we anticipate from a breaker is we anticipate a retest back to that area. So in this bullish breaker, these 3 consecutive candles, we anticipate that when price goes higher or moves higher, we anticipate that later price will come back down to retest that zone or area. And we can see immediately that at a certain time in price, we came back and retested this area, and then further market went further to confirm a higher high. We ran back above this high. Yeah, so that is the idea behind a breaker. We can see the other example is the bearish breaker. Let me remove this here. So in the bearish breaker, we can see that when price came and closed below this low and we confirmed a market structure shift, we can see that there was a retest back in this zone. So this retest is where we want to maximize and capitalize in our trade, and for market will further go back down. Let us look at other examples of bullish breaker and bearish breaker. So when we go later in price, we have to identify an area in which market either ran buy stops or sell stops. So we can see here that also in this area we had a set of buy side liquidity or buy stops. So we can see that immediately when we ran these buy stops, market ran further back down towards this low. So that area or zone of buy stops where market immediately ran down, we have to come and look out for our bearish breaker. So this is our bearish breaker. From this example, you are going to go back to your charts and find more examples of the bearish breaker and bullish breaker. So from this example, we have said that a bearish breaker is the last down close before a down move from when price ran the sell stops. So here this is our bearish breaker, these 2 consecutive candles, and you can see that at a later time when market went and expanded lower, it later came back down to retest that area or zone. So that is what we identify as a bearish breaker. Let us look at another example, the last example of a bullish breaker in price. Let us go and look for an area in which we ran sell stops for a bullish breaker. And then market later came and retested. So we have here you have to go back and do more examples so that you may get the idea of it. So here we had an area of sell stops. So market, we ran sell stops here. Actually it was this area. Yes, you can outline this one, or also you can outline here. So immediately price went high, it broke market structure. This is our market structure shift. Market structure shift, and we have said that it is the last, in a bullish market, it is the last up close candle. So this is the last up close candle. Yes, we have two consecutive, so we have to outline them. So we can see that immediately market broke market structure shift, we came back to retest. We came back to this area of the breaker. This is a bullish breaker. So we came back down to this area here at this price, and then we went higher. So that is an example of a bullish breaker. So I want you to go back to your charts, do further examples, more like 10 for example, so that you may get the idea and the hang of it. See you in the next lesson, and thank you for watching.